Welcome to Project Eden for Empyrion Galactic Survival, and we're currently stood near the rear of my capital vessel. And what I want to do in this part is try out my new hover tank against this level 1 supply station here. But before that, we've got a little bit of preparation to do because I'm going to have to upgrade the new hover tank, which is this one here, the Centaur MT. And I've actually realized I've got a bit of a problem because I would like to be able to take both of these tanks with me. I was considering taking the MCRN Arcanicos apart, but I'm hoping that if I can move it over, I can get both hover tanks in here. The problem is that in the last part, I actually took out the CPU extenders in order to build the new one. So at the moment, I can't actually move this ship here. But what I want to do first is I'm going to try and get the silver shade out here. We're going to have to take the silver shade out. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to kind of maneuver it above the hover tank and get it out. If I can get high enough. It's one of the reasons why I like really big hangar decks. Yeah, we got it out. Wow. It was a bit of a turn up for the book. Gonna drop down here, turn the power off. Let's come back here. Keep meaning to finish off the rear of this ship, but as I will do it eventually. And I suppose the next step I need to do is, well, before I do that, I need to take a look at the. So I've built everything I need to do the upgrade now. So do is bring in the new ship. This is the Centaur MT. Just to give you a little bit of a tour around it. This is by Jeff Randall. You can see it's got a lot more guns on it. It's got extra weapon slots as well in the front here. I'm going to try and take advantage of because the Gatling guns are okay back here, but to me they're a bit too far away. So I wouldn't mind. In fact, I'll do it. I'll start off by doing the Gatling gun first. So what I'm going to do is take off the inside ones. We'll retrieve those. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Gatling guns in these side slots. Not that really the Gatling guns are the primary weapons for this ship. They're more support weapons for like roughing up patrols and things like that. But the extra hit points should protect this side of the ship here. So the next thing I'm going to need to do is just give a tour on the inside. We've got some space here, and if I put some, if I put some fuel in it, then I'll be able to show you what is involved. So if we come to capital vessel operational needs, we need fuel and oxygen, so we can drop in a big pile of fuel that comes on there. And we'll just put oxygen in. I have to keep an eye on my oxygen because it's getting a little bit low. And if I show you here, what Jeff Randall's done is put in an upgrade slot information. It says AG is advanced generator. That's actually at the front there. And we've got a slot for the shield, which is there. And then Pentaxid tank is up in the roof there. And then it says CPU extender basic, which is just there. Why you'd want that, I have absolutely no idea. And it says remove the T2 CPU extenders tier 3 and add the tier 4s. The tier 3s are here. And it says additional weapon slots both. There are 3 additional turret mount positions on the top and sides, as well as 4 additional thruster gun point mounts in the front. What we're going to do is just turn the power off again. What I'm going to want to do now is I'm going to take out these tier 3 CPUs. Whoops, I've just picked up the cockpit. Okay. That was a bit of a fail. Let me just kind of think we can get straight back into the. Yeah, I'm going to put the cockpit back in. Not a very good start, is it? that there. I want to put this back into there. And what we're going to have is an open cockpit like that. That's one. That's a little bit big. I think I might go for the slightly smaller one. I don't know, they're about the same, aren't they? I'll just put that back in. I think that's the right one. Bit embarrassing. So we've got the 4 CPU extenders. Those onto there. We'll drop them into slots on the side here. Put that side. 4 of these. That should now bring up my CPU on here, tier 4. That's what we'll be able to do now if I drop that there. Go to I can't remember what that was. I think it's wasn't building. Yeah, it's building components. We did the pentaxid tank and that. Not pentaxid. Yeah, we need the pentaxid up on the roof. We need to put the first aid station, which I took out of the other ship, in there. And CPU extender there for an SV actually. Okay. Now, where did I think it was operational? Need that, and then what I need to do is put in here. And what I've done is I've made a couple of extra generators because I'm a bit concerned about the what we call it, the shield recharge rate. If you've got low power, the shield regenerates a lot slower. So we've now got that in there. Now we can put one generator at the front where Jeff Randall is actually quite happily. I can get it in. One in there. And there is an ability to put one in there. I think what I'm going to have to do is take something out first. Retrieve that. That up. And that will go in there. And that will give me 3 generators. Now, the next thing I want to do is actually come back to doing the weapons. Next thing I actually want to do is take these 2 CPU blocks and keep it up loose. If we get into here, oops, well, that kicked me out. Okay. Oops, what's going on here? It's almost like the ship doesn't want to let me in. And what we have to do is take these. I think that's where they go. We can put that one back in there. That one in there. In theory, now this ship is. I can now use this. Get into this ship. And I think I've got no fuel. Okay, because I took the fuel out. Okay, we're just going to put in a couple of these in, about 9% in, and then turn the power on. And then what I'm going to do is I want to kind of push this right over there. I don't think it would go any further. Down here. Turn that power off. Jump up. Stuck, sorry. So what that means, I should have enough space on this side for the other hover vehicle. The big question is whether I'm actually ever going to be able to get off the ground. Now, oops. The next thing I need to do is cancel that. Building components. I'm pretty sure I take some turrets off. No, I didn't take some turrets off here, did I? So we need to make some more weapon systems. Actually, let me just look at something first. We got drill module, a couple of Gatling guns. We got a couple of pulse lasers for an HP. Let me just go into here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, is rail guns. And I thought I had some turrets. Let me just go into here. Hit constructor in. That's constructor out. What we got here? And I think I want 4 rocket launchers. And we're actually going to need some ammunition as well. 1, 2, 3. Well, 3 of them actually, not 4 of them. And we're going to need 16, 120. That would give me 180. We're going to make about 240 there. And I think we're going to make a couple of 1,000 rounds of 15mm as well. And while that's being built, go to there, pick up rail guns, and what I want to do is put the rail guns into the front slots on the ship here. Turn the light on so we can all see, and just wait. These are the front slots. We're just going to leave that block there, block there. Wow. Get these in, and oh, I got back. Got a couple of rail guns on the front. No idea if this will fly now, but we'll give it a go. A couple of turrets there. I'm just going to jump in here. Turn the power on. We've got shields now as well. Now, one of the things about this ship is that it doesn't have any. How can you say? The only way you can fly it is in third person. If you go to first person, all you see is the bulkhead and you can't see where you're going. Yeah, I think that looks pretty awesome actually. Now, the only thing is I haven't got any railgun ammunition. We come to the railgun here. See, tell me that I've got no ammunition for it. Aha. Right, so we're just going to drop back down again. Power off. Out. I'm not sure. I don't think I've actually unlocked the railgun. So we have to HV. No, we haven't. So come there. And I'm not sure if I've actually even got the components to make railgun ammunition, to be honest. Let's have a look at this. Controller. We've got quite a lot of ordinary ammunition as well. So what we got here. Right, so we got the missiles and we got that ammunition. Railgun ammunition, go cobalt alloy and lithium alloy. Ooh, it's going to be a bit close. So how many did we get for this? 10. I think at the moment we got some sathium ingots. I got 410. And how much cobalt alloy have I got? We've got quite a lot of cobalt. And I can pick some more up on this moon should I need it. I think what we're going to do is make about 50 rounds of that. I mean, truthfully, the railguns are more for kind of last resort. Probably the polite way of saying that. Which is what I'm going to do now. Now, the missile turrets are going to be quite important for taking down this POI, because it's the missile turrets which are the biggest clout. That's the reason why I want to put them on here. Put one on the top there, and mount point on here. This is going to be a pretty serious hover tank when it's finished. That's it. So that now gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 minigun turrets, a couple of Gatling guns, a couple of rail guns, and literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 rocket launch turrets, which I think should be more than enough. And next thing we're going to need to do is come into here, pick up the Centaur. Of course, this ship's got everything in one bay. Got 2,000 rounds actually. Let me just think what I am going to do is pinch maybe another couple of thousand rounds for that there. Next thing I've got, and this is something you need to be a bit careful about, ships built by Jeff Randall. He's got a little bit of a habit of not always doing all the groups, which can be a little bit kind of disconcerting. We're going to need to set up the turrets. So I don't need to shoot predators, hover vehicles. We're not going to engage capital vessels. If we do, we're going to have a problem. Don't really want it to waste on generators, well, thrusters at the moment. What we want is mounted weapons and turret spaces, capital vessels, and I think that's it. Right, notice my oxygen to get patchy. So next thing, I need to top up my oxygen, and what we're going to do is do a reconnaissance of the supply systems. I always strongly recommend reconnaissance before you go bowling in and attack somewhere. Let's get up here. None of one walking around with a shotgun. And we'll just tap up on the jolly old oxygen. Plants are growing. Okay, actually, right direction. Need to pick up some food. Fridge. I'm gonna quite happy just to fried vegetables as well, when they don't have anything else except for curing hunger. So, and got a couple of protein energy bars. Because one of the problems I do have at the moment is water. Yeah, I've only got 261 water, so I've got to be a bit careful with my purified water. I mean, almost like when we go to the next planet, I need to stop off somewhere, pick some water up. Jump in here. Power on, shields on. Reload. And the base is just there. It says supply systems. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, it's a little while since I've done a supply station, so I'm not exactly too sure what the weapon systems are, but as far as I remember correctly, it's not exactly a pushover. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, it looks like there's a turret mounted on each corner, so we're going to have to see what the terrain is. I'm looking for a way I can get in close with the hover tank. It looks like it's a bit more rough terrain over this side, isn't it? Yeah, so yeah, I mean, this looks a bit more promising. Though we're gonna have to blag it. I think we're gonna have to come in from the right and see if we can get in here. So we'll just get the ship back on the top here. bit closer. Drop you down there. And here we go for our first outing with our new hover tank. The other thing I also need to do is possibly get a repair bay in my CV, but I don't think I can do it. The other thing I've noticed is that this door seems a bit narrow. Be interesting. Let's get into the... Where's the O2 station? Is the O2 station in here? Let's have a look. I do have an O2 station. O2 tank. That's just the ventilator. Interesting. Oh, I had. Or did I pick it up by accident when I was messing around? Let me just take a look. I think what I can do eventually is take out this clone chamber. Don't really need that, and we could probably put an O2 chamber thing in here. That is a distraction. So come in here, turn the power on. We're gonna need our shield generator. Ah, we got the Pentex side. A little bit of a fail here. So capital vessel. First things first, what we're gonna have to do is go to the converse exit tank, pull out about 50 of those. Exit tank. Reload. Right, we've now got our shields up to full capacity. Now the way to attack a POI, or the best way I've found to attacking these POIs, even level 1s, is just get... Get in close like that and just let the turrets do the work. Oh, we could probably... Okay. Wait, cut it out. Cut it out. And what we're going to do now is just... Getting close, see what you can do is, and what I suggest you do is you actually, while your shields are regenerating, is just turn the thrusters off. Actually, this is a supply station, isn't it? I think if we get in really close like that, I could be cheeky here, although it's going to be a little bit of a risk. Make sure we got all the weapons fully loaded. Now I'm going to have to be a little bit careful going in like this, because if I get close to the edges, the actual turrets could take me out. Oops. The entrance to the... It's just here. If I keep away from the edges, the other turrets will be not a problem. I think we're going to go in a bit mob-handed here. Might be on the other side of the door now. control this part here. I think we've got to go up in order to go down. Oops. Just pick that. I'll show you out the window. See on this supply station, the turrets are actually below the wall. So once you've blown one out, you can quite often get away with not having to take out the rest, which saves you a bit of ammunition, as long as your hover tank doesn't go crazy and try and blow their way through the building. Get everything on. So I think we've got to go up. Oh no, the way down is here. But we'll go up just for the fun of it. Yeah, so the way down to the lower level, the core's down there. So we'll just come around here. Oops. Loot box here, because we got to put it in the center because we don't have anything here. Just close that off. There, got a fridge in here, so we can put this here. Put that in there and rest in there. A flamethrower. So we're just going to come down here. Nothing's in there, is it? Let me just get positions. We get a. Now I know the core's down here, but I can't remember how the layout is. There's a. I have to kind of come down here, try and stay within the wall. Is it? Who's fired as? Yeah, it's one of these stupid security robots there. Reload. Go after the turret. I'm taking a little bit of damage. Amazing what a plasma rifle can do. We've got a door there, and I think there's a switch up here. Get rid of the spawn point. There's a switch here, but we're not just going to open it just yet. Got here, it's got a little bit of cobalt. Got a door there. Not too sure where that goes. Oops. Thank you for walking straight in front of me. No. Okay, well, just grab him. I mean, there's some nice loot in. Yeah, you tried to catch me out, and this goes out to the outside door. But if I go out there, I'm going to get killed by a turret. So if you come in at the ground level, this is where you come in. Of course, you got the trap turret there that's hidden. But you can see the easier way is to go in from the top and come down. And what we've got is that door there. No, I don't think we got anything from. What did we get? No, I think we got that one. So, right. Let's kind of stand back a little bit and do a bit of reconnaissance. I'll stand back about here. That's Direct guy in here. Turret. 2 turrets. Okay. think we can get our Xerox friend here. Back off, back off, back off. Gotcha. I think we can get the turret with the assault rifle. What we can do is just get in underneath him. Get rid of that. Just get these guys here. Now the core is behind an armored plate. If I show you here, got 1500 there. We got, I think it's the top one you really need to hit. You've got, I think it's this block up here that is what's showing. I think it's that top one there, hit with the exclamation mark on. We're gonna need explosives for this. Put some stuff in the fridge. Just drop that in there and that in there, and go in the ammo bay. And then what we're gonna have to do is kind of, oh, I didn't get it on the block. That's on the armored glass. Waste of explosive. It's too high. Oh no! Obviously there was a weak point above, so that now kind of empties the base out. Now I could core this, but I don't really think it's worth it. I think it was just easier to kind of loot by hand. We got some more health kits, a little bit more sathium. Pretty good. I'll take that. Oh, maybe that switch could have blown the core up, but didn't see that switch there. I'm sure some of you would say, ah, you're supposed to have done that. Just, oops. Just hook up that there. When we pick up anything now, we're straight into the there. Thing in there. Empty that. I think we'll just scrap the large generators. Of course, we've got, if we can get any fuel out, 210. And we might get a couple of few cells out of that. If we get any oxygen out of here, 756. We should get a couple. Yeah, we got 3 out of that, and that's going to be much appreciated. And then we can grab the stuff as we go out now. Do that. So there's nothing there. Oops, that. And grab what loot we got here. I mean, there's not a lot of loot in a supply station, but every little helps. Just keep grabbing this. Especially as I've consumed a lot of resources to build those CPU extenders. We got here silicon, force fields, power would be much appreciated. Take them as I go. Right there. Kind of switch, probably an ambush switch. What we can do is go outside now. We've actually got the I'll just scrap him just out on principle. Not that we'll get that much from them. You can see how high the hit points are. And then bearing in mind this is only a level 1. We'll get back inside now. Yeah, I mean, level 1, 5,000 hit points. That's the reason why you need multiple missile launchers. There's no point trying to attack a POI even with a hovered tank, if with, say, just Gatling guns or something like that. I mean, the rail guns can give a bit of a clout as well, but they're not as good as I thought they were going to be. Just kind of take those. We'll take that. Make sure we got everything. Oops, there's something here. A rifle upgrade kit. Take that. I still hear some guys walking around though. There might be some outside. We have to be a little bit careful when we round a bit. Side. Might be some out there somewhere. And I don't think there's any other rooms in here. When we come up to outside room there, just get kitted up. Make sure there's nobody else wandering around. It's up on the roof. Hey, cheeky guy. Making me use my health kits. Okay, we're just going to grab a little bit more. Up this stuff here. Grab that. Grab that. A little bit more over here. Grab that. So for general purpose loot, this supply station isn't too bad, but you're not going to get any real good quality loot, but it's all going to help. Just grab that. Grab that. I mean, I have used a lot of computers to make those CPU extenders. Grab that. Whoops, last one. Oh. That was a little bit cheeky. And I think that is about it. Just grab this other turret. I'm just interested to see what we actually get for it. I don't think you get much from knocking down turrets at entry. Just up here. Okay, we're full up of junk. Probably don't need the hardened blocks, so we'll put those. And we'll see what's in this. Okay, we're not gonna worry about that. Yeah, I didn't realize how much loot I'd picked up. Don't think we're gonna run into any more trouble. I mean, there's a communications center up there that could be quite useful. I mean, there's a little bit of pentaxid which I could mine. I certainly could do with that. Just go into here. All here. Of course, we got. And we'll put the turrets and western weapons on because they don't. It won't actually ship's a little bit sluggish is understandable considering the fact that it's pretty overloaded. I gotta find my capital vessel. I think that's it over there, isn't it? Better be. Yep, there it is. So we'll just get the speed up. We can just skim very quickly across the surface here. But we are very full up. And we'll just get back to here. And I'm just going to drop down. Oh, I can leave the power on for the moment. We're going to have to... The next thing I want to do after I've kind of unloaded everything is see if I can get everything into my vessel. More importantly, whether I can actually take off. Factor in magnesium, copper, cobalt. Unload this stuff. Titanium plate, steel, carbon substrate. Loads and loads of boxes. I don't know why I've got those. That there. Actually, let's unload the fridge first. Most of the food is solid, so that in there. A little bit of cash in there. This can go in fridge 1. These are the ingredients for other things. And then ammo bay. I suppose we're going to have to drop the weapons and general assorted junk into there, which hopefully we'll find a trading station and we can sell off. That off there and there and there. Put those heavy weapon stuff in there as well. Operational needs. Go in there, it gives me a little bit more oxygen, a little bit more power. I think we'll just leave the multi-tool and the flamethrower, and actually we'll just leave some of this odds and ends stuff in here. Force fields, it's a personal protector, so that's a can go in there. Now comes the big one. Can I get this ship into the back of my CV, and then more importantly, will I be able to take off? Now, of course, we're on a moon, which means the gravity's lower than on a normal planet, so I might be able to take off. Oops, to get maximum height. Go back, a little bit of a run up. We're in. Of course, landing this is going to be a bit tricky because I can't go to first person, so... Oh, we've got landing. I'm walking over. Bring up the drawbridges. As I know I keep saying it. Put the sensors on. And of course, one thing what we're going to have to do in here, power off. And this is where I find the bad news. Thrusters on. This is where it goes. Oh no, we've been able to take off. Well, that's cool. That is absolutely awesome. Although the ship is pretty sluggish. I mean, ship is a little bit on the sluggish side. And I did see some raw pentaxid. Actually, we've got some pentaxid mine here somewhere, haven't we? I'm gonna tag that. There it is. We're just gonna kind of creep up on that raw pentaxid. This is very small, but any pentaxid was available. I'll say, what are you shooting at? Oh, you're shooting at a drone. Okay, so I'll drop down here. Leave the turrets and weapons on. We're going to need that. I think what I'll do is I'll just go and jump in the... well, we'll use the Merc, and we'll just go and get that drone. He's wasted some of my ammunition to think it's just up here. Kind of try and draw the guys in and have a little bit of a shoot fest. Of course, the nice thing is that as I've got turrets on the top of here, I can actually go in and loot these and have a reasonable sense of security. Actually, there's a very small magnesium deposit here as well. Just, ooh. I think that based on what that takeoff from the top of the Merc, I'm pretty sure that the reason I'm able to be able to lift off my CV is the very low gravity. Just gonna come here. Yes, I know we're entering hostile territory, but I'll be okay. I think we'll just pick up the magnesium deposit here while we're here. Actually, I've just realised the time and I've got a bit carried away, so I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. I'm going to do the routine stuff off camera, like getting the magnesium and the pentaxid. I might go and see if I can find a little bit more. I kind of half considered taking that communications centre down, but that will take us a little bit too close to that drone base. Maybe in the next part it's time to move on and explore another planet. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.